This is a brief interview with a colleague who has knowledge and experience in the area of stem cells and has some opinions to share. What is your opinion on research using stem cells?
As someone in the field, I believe what's been done is great, and there have been some real breakthroughs, but more research is needed to expand our knowledge for wider therapeutic applications.
Do you think that the stigma surrounding using stem cells is unnecessary or in any way due to a lack of knowledge?
I think the stigma is founded on old beliefs that were well thought out at the time, and in some places, yes, lack of knowledge has been detrimental to developments in stem cell science. For example, many believe that embryonic stem cells are taken from the embryo when they are classed as a person, though actually cells are extracted at day 4, which is much earlier than that. Many techniques have also gone around those methods of taking embryonic stem cells for research.
My focus is on stem cells for treating MS, but there are so many different diseases and injuries where stem cells could be used as a treatment. What other diseases has your research suggested could benefit from these stem cell treatments?
I have discovered many potential applications like MS, including cardiac conditions, leukodystrophies, Crohn's disease, retinopathies, paralysis, and many other neurological conditions.
So why do you think it's taking so long for these advances to come about, as we've known about the potential of stem cells since the 80s?
Restrictions due to ethical concerns are the main issue, particularly in the US, and President Bush actually banned funding to stem cell research that used embryonic stem cells in 2001, but this has been lifted since in 2008 by Obama, which was quite good for stem cell development.
Induced pluripotent stem cells are looking most promising as a treatment for MS, as well as other conditions. What's your knowledge on this type of stem cell treatment?
They were first created by Yamanaka in 2008 using 4 transcription factors, now called the inducible 4 factors, but also Yamanaka factors. They are promising for the treatment of conditions I've mentioned, as well as MS, and may become an alternative to other derived stem cells for applications in other fields such as modelling and reprogramming in research.
Mesenchymal stem cell derived neural progenitors are produced from adult autologous mesenchymal stem cells. They have great potential for differentiation into mature neural tissue. These cells have the potential for recruiting the existing stem cells in the brain and spinal cord through immunomodulation and trophic factors. The potential of these cells was shown in animal model trials, where the MSC-MPS that were injected migrated to the areas of demyelination. This is where they seemed to increase the rate of repair. Do you think MSC-MPS are a step in the right direction, and we should stop trying to carry on through all the issues of using embryonic stem cells and just focus research into these new types of stem cells?
I not only think it will be preferable, but these techniques are optimised and are beginning to prove easier to use than previous techniques with embryonic stem cell lines.
Do you think there will be any problems with these new variations on stem cells, including the public skepticism of these?
New scientific concepts and discoveries always go through a kind of acceptance phase before being generally used, though yes, public opinions may be sceptical at the idea of these cells going into their bodies that could carry the risk of cancer if proliferation control is lost.
Do you think it's financially feasible for everyone who needs stem cell therapy to receive it, and would this be fair?
In some ways, no, and it wouldn't be fair to begin with. Privatised healthcare systems may be the first to use these new expensive therapies, but optimising and improving these techniques will likely lead to them becoming cheaper and applicable to everybody.
As this approach is so targeted, will there be a decline in other less specific treatments for this disorder?
Existing treatments are currently well trusted, and since this new treatment will be expensive where it is actually available, it will be unlikely that these new techniques will replace the old ones as a new norm.
Do you think this new IPS treatment in the future could be abused if people take less care of their bodies because they presume this treatment could be an easy fix?
I think the possibility is there and may be a problem to manage in the future, but I think with future control strategies this will probably be implemented quite tightly to prevent this sort of abuse by desperate organ recipients and others.
So that concludes our talk, hopefully resolving any unanswered questions. But that's only one scientist's opinion of stem cell treatments. It's still a much debated area, and there are lots of different opinions and views from other sources.